Good morning, children. This is a very short video of the poem The Noble Nature, written by Ben Jonson from 1572 to 1637. So, Ben Jonson was an English Renaissance. Renaissance means the revival of European art and literature under the influence of classical models. Okay, in the 14th to 16th century. So he was not only English Renaissance but also a dramatist, poet, and an actor. He is well known for his comedy of humor. What do you mean by comedy of humor? Comedy of humor means the culture and style of art developed during the Renaissance. So, with a tone of satire. What do you mean by satire? Satire is the word used of humor, irony to expose and criticize people's stupidity in the context. Okay, so he is using so many things, amusing or comic expressed in literature. So, my dear students, the poem The Noble Nature, he talks about the qualities that make a man noble, the qualities which makes a man noble. He also compares men to a sturdy oak and to a delicate lily. What do you mean by sturdy oak? Sturdy oak means strong and solitary build, whereas delicate, very fine in texture or structure or quality. So, my dear students, before entering to the poem, we must know about the beautiful things around us. We should also know the hills, trees around us. So, the noble person also impresses. These three things he is comparing. One is about hills, trees, and which attracts, and one thing how the people, noble people, impress us. So noble things always influence us. In this context, let's read the poem The Noble Nature given below. The text: it is not growing like a tree. It is not growing like a tree in bulk, doth make man better be. See the rhyming word tree and be. Or standing long an oak 300 years to fall along at last dry belled and sere. So my dear students, in stanza 1, here the poet says about an oak tree where he is saying it is used for here emphasizing a part of a sentence growing like a tree in bulk. So how it is growing? It is growing, increasing in size. Growing means increasing in size like a tree. So in bulk doth like man better be. Again he is comparing with an oak tree to a man. How he is comparing oak tree to a man? He is saying in size do make man better be. Doth means the meaning of doth is do or does. So when he is talking about an oak tree, he is comparing with its size and saying does make man better be. Can man can be better? Can man impress us? Can a man become a noble? He is saying like that. Or standing long an oak 300 years. So a person's age is not more than 100 years, whereas the oak tree is standing long as 300 years. It's a long time. Now you can see this line and this line, year and year, this is a rhyming word. Now a and this is b. So you can see year and beer. So these are the rhyming words. Now it is saying, the poet is saying lasting for a long time. Which is lasting for a long time? All night hardwood tree. The hardwood tree is not other than oak. So oak is having a life of 300 years and it falls at last like a log. That means it's go down. It is dying with dry belt and sere. That means it is not in wet. It is dry. Whenever you see a tree, it is always in wet condition. It has so many leaves, but when the oak tree dies, it always die with dry. That means there is no wet inside. Without leaves, belt means without leaves, there is no leaf. And sere, it is dry and shriveled. or weathered. That means it is totally there is no leaves in it. Okay, so the first stanza talks about oak tree, how it is growing, how it is lasting, and how it stands for 300 years, which is a long duration of time. Now coming to lily, a lily of a day is fairer far in May, although it fall and die that night. It was the plant and flower of light. You can see here also the poet Ben Jonson using the rhyme with day and May. That is, we are using rhyming word A, B, B, C, C. You can see day, May, night, light, C, B. A, B, B, and C, C. Here A is saying about a flower which is distilled for perfume, which is distilled for perfume. So lily is a flower which is giving his scent, his perfume to every day for a day. For a day, it is fairer in May. That means here May says that it is a springtime in England and is fairer. Fairer means it is strip up people equally without discrimination. Without any discrimination means no flower can be discriminated with that. It is saying that it is equitable, it is equal in spite of fact while although it fall and die that night. That means the poet is trying to convince us by saying that the flower is having a very short duration of time, whereas oak tree is having a long duration of time, that is 300 years. And this two stanza talks that lily is much fairer than an oak. Now coming to the last two lines, in small proportions we just beauties see, and in short measures life may perfect be. Here the poet is trying to say that in small proportions, that means things of small size and shape, qualities, and seeing the proper brightness, proper light of a person, whereas oak tree and lily is compared. So man is also having a short duration of time. When he will die we don't know, but just beauties see. Like lily, if we see the beauties in human beings, we can see all the things inside a man. That means noble things are always praised, always attracted by people, always impressed by people. So here in small proportions we just beauty see, and in short measures life may perfect be. And a man can be perfect even in his short life. How? When we are talking about measures, it is a size, quality, and degree. And what is size, quality, and degree? If a man is doing noble works, if a man is doing good things, then it is said that a glorious hour of a man's life is worth an age without a name. If a man is doing good things without any hesitation, frustration, nervousness, then we can say that no need of 300 years, no need of a day. It is only the work of your doing which makes you much better than others. So that is what lily is showing his performance according to the day night, according to the night of the flower, which talks about his beauties, his talks about his wisdom, which talks about his spiritualness. This is the word a beautiful flower of bright color talks here. So the moral of the poem is, one noble nature talks about the good things, good deeds by a man who can make him a great man. If he is doing his work sincerely and properly, he is always praised. And doing so many things for a long time is not praised. Short duration of time is always praised by everyone. Thank you very much. I hope you will like my video. If you like it, please subscribe it and give a like to it. Thank you very much.